Good morning. So, our first topic for refrigeration systems will be yung pinaka-simple na cycle na napapaloob dun sa ating ref cycle. So, this is called the simple vapor compression cycle. And what is a simple vapor compression cycle? The word itself, simple and vapor. So, bago tayo mag-refrigeration cycle, ano ba yung mga topics na pinag-aaralan natin? Before this, we are tackling about Rankine cycle, and then pumunta tayo sa heat transfer. Pero, from the word itself, vapor compression cycle. Pagdating ng Rankine cycle, we are dealing with vapor, di ba? Yung water that will be turned into steam, na kung saan yung steam na yon will be utilized at higher pressures and higher temperatures will be utilized in order for you to produce work. Ano ba yung work na pinoproduce mo dyan? That is the work that is produced by your turbine, which will eventually be converted into mechanical energy using shaftings, where your shaftings will transfer it into a converting machine, na kung saan yung work ng iyong shaft will be converted further to become an electrical energy, okay, for the utilization of other commercial establishments. Now, dun sa Rankine cycle, water that is fed into your steam generator or a boiler. At higher temperatures and pressures, yung boiler na yon, slowly it will heat up the water. Mag-i-introduce ka dyan ng energy with the use of fuel. Yung fuel mo na yon, which contains energy, ita-transfer niya dun sa water that will be eventually become steam, pwedeng maging superheated, pwedeng maging saturated steam. At 100 degrees Celsius, water will tend to boil and will tend to change its phase. So, kapag nagkaroon ka ng change in phase, that is latent heating. So, kapag sinabing latent heating, you are having a change in phase in the fluid or the working fluid where no temperature change will occur. Okay? So, ganun yung mangyayari doon. And after dun sa boiler mo, it will be transferred into your turbines. Dapat sa turbine mo, completely ang steam mo is 100% saturated, no uh, tawag dito, no liquid at all para hindi masira yung in turbine. Or else, mangyayari pag may liquid yun, masisira nga yung turbine. And ang efficiency ng system mo will be lower than expected. And after yung turbine mo, mangyayari doon. Sa turbine mo, may utilize lahat ng energy, the kinetic energy that is contained doon sa steam na yon. Okay? Ang nangyayari, may co-convert na siya into different types of energy. And after conversion, consumed na yung steam mo, it will go to your condenser where it will be further cooled down into such state na kung saan it will be completely fluid after it went to your condenser. Kasi hindi naman siya pwedeng i-pass through your pump na meron pang vapor yan. Cavitation will occur. And after your pump, magkakaroon ka ng change in phase ulit doon sa iyong condenser sa pump, completely fluid na siya. And after noon sa pump, i-compress mo yung fluid mo to feed it again into your boiler. Kaya nga naging cycle. Yung liquid or yung fluid mo, yung working fluid mo, it will just turn back into its original state. Okay? And assuming that the system is ideal or perfect, no losses at all. Okay? Meron tayong additions of heat and then meron tayong rejections of heat. Yung work naman na na-produce natin will be the compression work, which is isentropic, and the expansion work, which is also isentropic. And we can relate it into refrigeration cycle. Bakit? Sa refrigeration cycle kasi, meron ka ding compression and expansion. But, yung working fluid mo will be yung refrigerant mo lang. So, yung refrigerant na yon, It is the medium that will take out the heat of the load. Diba? From your heat transfer, yung heat will go from the hot side to the cold side or from the hot body to the cold body. Where your working fluid takes away all the heat that is contained dun sa palalamigin mo. Sir, pagbating ng refrigerator, di ba mainit yung bagay na yon? Pag binuksan mo yung refrigerator, lalabas yung lamig? No. The common misconception there is yung lamig yung lumalabas. No. At lower temperatures, yung heat will go to lower temperatures. Okay? Pumapasok ang init, kaya nawawala yung lamig. Hindi po, lumalabas ang lamig, kaya nawawala yung, kaya umiinit. Okay? Common misconception. Now we go to simple vapor compression cycle. A simple vapor compression cycle is composed of four main components of the refrigeration system. Katulad din sa iyong Rankine system. Ano po ba yung sa Rankine system? Meron tayong steam generator, which is the boiler. Meron tayong work producer. Okay? Ano yung work producer? That is the turbine. Meron tayong work consumer, that is the pump. And meron tayong cooler. Okay? Heat exchanger, that is the condenser. Now, pagdating ng simple vapor compression cycle in your refrigeration cycle, the common components of that system is called the evaporator, where cooling happens. Okay? Where the exchange of heat happens. Number 2, the compressor, which the compressor is the one that is consuming the energy for the system to work. Number 3, the condenser, kung saan tinatanggal niya yung heat that is absorbed by your refrigerant. And then it will be taken out again kasi yung heat condenser mo, magkakaroon pa yan ng further heat exchange. Either your condenser is air-cooled or water-cooled or any liquid. And the expansion device or throttling process happens. Ano ba yung throttling? That is the constant enthalpy process. Then, we can say na pwede natin siyang maintindihan pa further using our schematic diagram and the pH diagram for this cycle. Bakit po pH diagram? Why not TS diagram? Para sa akin, ang TS diagram kasi much better na gamitin ang iyon TS diagram when we are dealing with heat cycles. Ano ba yung mga heat cycles? Yung mga combustion cycles. Kasi doon mo makikita yung kanyang work cycle, kung saan mapoproduce yung network of the system, kung saan mapoproduce yung heat and yung heat addition and heat rejection of the cycle. As shown in below, ito na yung ating schematic diagram. It's very simple sa schematic diagram natin. We can see na yung condenser natin is here, yung evaporator natin is here. At the beginning of the system, at 1, and then at the end of the system, which is 4. So, 4 na main points ang meron tayo dyan. So, himay-himay natin. Now, we have here an evaporator, which is in a block, a condenser, and then an expansion valve, and then a compressor. Pagdating dito sa point 1 mo, from your point 1 to 2, ibig sabihin, that is where compression work happens. That is point 1 to 2. Where your compressor is the main power consumer of your refrigeration cycle. Sabi nga sa bahay natin, kapag may compressor, malaki ang gastos sa kuryente. That is true. But nowadays, we are using inverter type cooling systems. Inverter type refrigerators, inverter type air conditioners. Kung saan, minimal lang yung kanilang gamit na kuryente. Now, yung compressor mo, does your compressor work 24 hours a day? Depende po yan. So, pag may narinig ka ng tick, nag-tick in siya sa likod ng iyong ref, ibig sabihin your compressor works in order for you to compress further yung ating refrigerant for cooling. Ngayon, habang nagbubukas ng refrigerator, your compressor will work at that extent kung saan sinasabayan niya yung common cooling requirements ng iyong refrigerator. Now, in this case, at 1 to 2, compression work happens. Ibig sabihin, you input work to your compressor or your compressor consumes work in order for it to compress the refrigerant that will be needed for for cooling. Pero dito sa compressor mo, mainit na ang refrigerant mo dyan. Okay? Mainit na refrigerant mo dyan. Kinocompress mo lang yung refrigerant in order for you to make it pass into your condenser at point 2 to 3, where at constant pressure process or isobaric process, your refrigerant will go under that process in order for you to take away the heat that is contained into your refrigerant. And after that, 3 to 4, no change in temperature dyan, where your expansion valve, saan magkakaroon ka ng constant enthalpy process or the throttling process. Walang expansion na mga mangyayari dyan. But, yung enthalpy that is contained will be the same. And after that, dun sa evaporator mo, what will happen? Your refrigerant, mababa na yung temperatura, and yung evaporator mo, magkakaroon ka dyan ng, magkakaroon ka ng mga load dyan. Yung load mo, meron yung heat contained. From 4 to 1, the heat in your load will be absorbed by your cold or low temperature refrigerant. So that is the schematic diagram for your simple vapor compression cycle. Now, ito yan. Kapag block diagram. So, dito papakita natin. The high pressure sides commonly, nangyayari yan dito sa ating, saan po? Sa expansion valve to your, from condenser to the expansion valve going to your evaporator. And then the low pressure side, kung saan ipapump out nga dito para maging high pressure side, dito. Gagawin natin yung low pressure refrigerant, lalagyan natin ng pressure para maging high pressure inside your compressor. Okay? So, ganun lang po kadali ipaliwanag yan. And then, for the pH diagram of your simple vapor compression cycle, dapat dito ma-perfect mo ito, ha? Ito kasi yung hinahanap natin kapag refrigeration cycle and refrigeration systems. The pH diagram, sir, bakit hindi pwedeng PV? Mas maganda ipakita natin yung change in energy using our enthalpy and then pressure. Now, in your pH diagram, the gray arrow represents the flow of refrigerant in the cycle. The bigger arrow represents the heat and work that enters and leaves the system. The total mass of the refrigerant that recirculates the system is denoted as mref. So as you can see, we have here the pH diagram and then the flow of your refrigerant. Now, at point 1, going out of your evaporator, this is the temperature where your refrigerant went out of the evaporation or the evaporating temperature of your refrigerant. So that is point 1. And then yung compression work niya commonly, that is curved lines where isentropic work is done in order for you to attain the pressure that is higher than your pressure of evaporation to your pressure of your condensation. Kung saan yung point 2 mo, hahanapin natin to sa tables. Either R22, R12, kaya kailangan nyo ng tables dyan. Or NH3, yan, ammonia. Hahanapin natin yung H2 mo dito. Okay? Ano po ba yung meron dito? Meron kang pressure ng condenser, which is pressure 2. Equal naman yung pressure 2 sa pressure 3. Yan. Pressure 2 and pressure 3. And then, after that, dito, makikita mo that your refrigerant, dito yung refrigerant mo is at saturated. Saturated dito. Evaporating pressure. Ano siya? Superheated vapor dito. Superheated to saturated vapor siya. Dito, superheated na siya. Kasi superheated region to eh. Then, after going this, making wet mixture siya until it went to the liquid line where your refrigerant is completely fluid until it went down to your evaporator. Okay? evaporator mo, makuha mo yung pressure of the evaporation where H here is constant. Okay? Ganun lang po kadali yun. Now, the diagram above shows the constant line in a pH diagram. The horizontal line across the left side of the figure represents the constant pressure line. So, ito yun. Constant pressure hanggang i-trace back niya rito, pababa. The other dashed curves, the vertical horizontal curve represents the constant temperature line. So, ito yun. Yung constant temperature, papunta rito, papunta dito. Punta dito, papunta dito. Okay? Punta dyan, papunta dyan. Punta dito, papunta dito. Yung P, condenser, and then evaporator will be going from right to left. Okay? Horizontal lang. Now, those lines show the conditions of the condenser and evaporator in the refrigeration cycle. So, pinakikita natin dyan yung condition of the refrigerant. Whatever we do, whatever we use. So, the solid curved line connecting point 1 to 2 represents the constant entropy line. Ito yun, constant entropy. So, ilang process meron tayo dyan? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, meron tayong 4 points kung saan meron tayong 3 processes. Yung first process natin from 1 to 2 will be isentropic compression. From 2 to 3, that is constant pressure heat rejection. Number 3 to 4, that will be isenthalpic or throttling process, constant enthalpy process. And 4 to 1 will be constant pressure heat addition. Nag-a-add tayo ng heat dun sa refrigerant. Now, the pressure enthalpy diagram is the most frequently used in refrigeration cycle analysis. And then, as we can say, yan yung gagamitin natin throughout the course. Now, the process which compromise the standard vapor compression cycles are, paliwanag ulit natin, number 1 to 2, that is reversible and adiabatic, ibig sabihin isentropic. Reversible, okay? Yung system can be reversible. And then adiabatic, ibig sabihin no heat added. From saturated vapor to the condenser pressure. Ibig sabihin, tinataas natin yung saturated vapor to a pressure na kung saan that is commonly nandoon sa ating condenser. Where in this process, the compressor isentropically compresses and consumes work. The refrigerant with low pressure or the evaporator pressure, itataas nga natin up to the high pressure of the system dun sa condensing pressure natin. Number 2 to 3, the reversible rejection of heat. So, at constant pressure. Desuperheating and condensation. Tinatanggal natin yung superheat component or the superheat condition of our refrigerant. Where in this process, the refrigerant enters the condenser to reject all the heat that is absorbed during the cycle. And it follows a constant pressure process or an isobaric process. Now, the reversible expansion at constant enthalpy or the isenthalpic process. Where in this process, the refrigerant is throttled, throttling process, or undergoes a constant enthalpy process and the pressure is reduced. The pressure decreases from high pressure to the evaporating pressure. And 4 to 1, the reversible addition of heat at constant pressure, evaporation to saturated vapor, where heat is added to your refrigerant. And in this process, the refrigerant enters the evaporator and absorbs the heat from the loads. What are the loads? Yan yung mga bagay na nagko-contain ng heat na kailangan ng cooling. This heat is classified as latent heat because it will convert the phase of the refrigerant from liquid to vapor while maintaining the temperature dun sa evaporator natin. And that is the brief discussion of our simple vapor compression cycle. What better way for us to understand it is to solve a problem after this. Okay? So for the next meeting, we will tackle yung change in phase of the refrigerant. Ito yung pangalawa. Ayan. And then the energy balancing dito sa ating parts ng ating refrigeration cycle, which is the simple vapor compression cycle. Okay? I think meron akong binigay sa inyong activity dyan. That will be all for today. See you next meeting. Have a nice day.